Okay, now post the link, man. Mm. Mm. Okay.
All right. Welcome in, guys.
What up, guys? Morning.
Welcome in. Sound check, sound check. Can you guys hear us?
Oh my god, dude, stop yelling. What the fuck? You're in my ear. Motherfucker. Yes, guys, 4,000 likes. This Kelvin has it right. We need 4,000 likes. Just get the likes rolling. Morning, guys. Happy Friday. It's been a good week, FOMC week.
Good morning, good morning. It's because we can hear Brett well. It's Rav is a little quiet. It's because I'm literally yelling at every second of the day.
Yeah, Brett's just trying to assert dominance.
I assert
someone,
dominance.
someone said do better, big rap. Guys, market isn't even open. Like, what do you want me to do? Oh man, typical New Yorker. I feel like that's rubbed off on me too. Morning, Sashay. Alright, we'll get started in a minute, guys. So we'll let Brett go over the economic data. What we don't have anything today. I don't think so. We have a Fed speech. That's about
Quad
it.
witching. It's a quad witch day.
It is a quad witch day.
It's a
Although,
quad witch day, and we're going to talk about next week. We're going to next week, what's going on. There's a lot happening next week. We have a lot going on next week in
dude,
terms of econ data.
yeah, every fucking week there's something. This is
Every week there's something.
GDP estimate is there. That should be interesting. Thursday.
Yeah. Let's see. How is everybody doing this week? How's everybody doing this week? How are you guys doing? Everyone surviving? Great. I mean, honestly, this has been some of the hottest market we've seen in some time.
Dude,
It, it's
market's been great. Market's been great. Like,
it's been hot. It has
dude,
been hot.
if you're not making money in this market, it's just like super easy day trading wise. I mean, not easy, I would say, but as long as there's opportunities to make money. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So let's get started. You're probably gonna hear my dog bark in a second because there's the mailman's outside right now. Anyway, so there's a lot to go over this morning. We're going to talk about what's going on here on the econ side. Then Rav and I are going to jump into our charts, and we're going to have a beautiful pre-market session. So what I want to do is I want you guys to look at what Rav has pulled up on the screen. Right now, he has the economic data pulled up for. Right now, he's looking at next week. Rav, pull this week, man. You're
There's
you're already
nothing
you're
new.
you're already you're already little far ahead there. Go to Friday session.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's right
All
here.
right, Friday session is absolutely nothing. Okay, there was
Yeah.
just a I just wanted you guys to see it. Absolutely nothing for Friday. But there is something really important. Okay, if you guys are aware of option expirations, it is a quad witching session today. And quad witching session today basically means you have four different asset classes expiring the same day. Basically, you have a ton of options expiring today's session. I think the number, don't quote me on this, is $2.5 trillion worth of option expiration today. And the thing is about this option, this OPEX in particular, right? This quad witching in particular, this is also an OPEX day because it's a quad witching, so you can say that this OPEX in particular is an extremely interesting OPEX because you have pretty much most options are probably in the money. Like as of today's session, most options are going to be in the money. So we're going to see significant volatility today's session, and I think we should all be prepared for that. Going into next week starting off Monday, the 22nd of September. If you pull into that on your calendar, Rev,
Yep.
you'll see that we start off with some routine data, some Fed speakers next week. The theme of next week is Fed speakers every single day. So if you love being in a trade and then all of a sudden you see bam, smack, news candle, right? Next week is going to be your week because there's going to be Fed speakers sprinkled in almost every session. On Tuesday, we have PMI. We have a also a Jerome Powell speech at what time is it? 12:35. 12:35.
12:35.
He's speaking at I don't know which conference he's speaking at, but he's speaking at 12:35. We'll figure it out next week. And then Wednesday and Thursday routine data. Thursday session GDP. GDP is going to be big. And then Friday, there's not much going on Friday. It's going to be an interesting Friday. So that is all we have going into our week ahead of us. And I think we can now dive into charts because in terms of econ data, that's it. That's really all we have. Earnings reports, there's nothing today. Don't concern yourself with it. The only thing that we want to talk about today, and most important reason why you guys are all here, is for our charts. So Rav, I'll let you get started. Jump into the SPY chart.
Sounds good, man. Welcome in, guys. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, guys. So yesterday's session was very interesting. At the open, market's just purely trending, right? The problem is we are running very thin on liquidity, and every time we go up, it is on squeeze volume. They're consolidating, painting failures, inverting it. This has been the routine since like I don't know 3 4 months, like 4 5 months. This is what we've been doing in the market. Now, the real test of yesterday's session was the 665, 664.50. If you guys remember, that's where we shorted the candle close under that 664.50. And we kind of just went and retested VWAP, which is around 662. And then we popped back into the highs yesterday. Now we are hovering right at 662. Now, today's session is going to be very tricky because you can clearly see what their intention is, right? Their intention is to show you that there is a high that is 664.50 or 665, whatever it is, right? And they're also showing you there's a support at 660. Okay, so they're kind of getting both buyers and sellers interested in this area, and eventually one of these guys is going to get absolutely screwed. Okay, so far it's always been bulls that get screwed. We don't know if this is going to be bulls get screwed yet, but we gotta let it play out. This is why today's session is going to be super difficult in my opinion, because whatever move happens first time, I think that move is going to be a failure move. Okay, this is just how what I think. If we fail to the downside quickly, there's a chance that we could just get quick reclaims. At the same time, if we pop to the upside, there could be a chance that it could be failures. Now that said, today is not a normal session. Today is an OPEC day. Today is quad witching day. So their entire goal is to make sure that we probably trade within the same range here. Okay. Now I am personally going to try to avoid SPY if I can, but if not, I'll probably have to trade it. But today's main level for me is 660 to the downside, which is the absolute support. And for the upside, I want to make sure SPY stays under 664, which is just slightly above yesterday's high. But I don't want it to go above that, because if it does, then again we couldn't be in for another zombie grind session. It's going to be difficult to nail what the top is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay away from SPY and focus on individual setups if I can. But these are the two levels that I have: 664 and 660. And in the middle, you can say 662 is pivot because it was previous all-time high here. Okay, Brett, you want to add anything?
Right. Yeah. So guys, on the SPY chart, I'm going to talk about the levels. And the first thing I want to say is if you pull up the SPY chart, how many of you guys see a gap down today? Do you guys see a gap down today on the SPY chart on your end? Put a yes if you see a gap down. Put a yes if you guys see a gap down this morning on the S&P 500. The levels are pretty simple. We'll talk about it in a second, but I want to get a view of how many of you guys see a gap down. You guys see a gap down?
I mean, everyone sees gap down every day, so.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, well, you're all wrong. Okay, there's no gap down this morning. The reason why there's a gap down this morning on SPY is because there's a dividend that was sent out this morning. So just understand that. Okay, if you guys adjust for dividend, if you press the little ADG button on the bottom right, you're going to see that there is no gap down on SPY chart. That's why if you're wondering why there's a discrepancy between ES and SPY, it is obviously it's because there is no gap down this morning. It is simply just a dividend being released, and when a dividend gets released, it subtracts from the stock price. So you,
Dude,
I don't know why I did that.
Dude, just talk about the levels, man.
So
I'm like laughing.
So the levels on SPY, you have to understand that it may look like we're gapping down, but it's not really a gap down. We're just opening essentially flat this morning. That being said, the levels are the same as what they were yesterday. So this is important. This is important. You guys must know this. I don't want you guys to come in with the mindset that we're gapping down. So on the SPY chart, the levels this morning is still 661 as your key support. Okay, that was the level we defended yesterday. It was the level we had to break down, and we still have not broken down under 661. We should get sustained downside if we do break 661. But until then, I think it's mostly just bullish, right? The market is still sustaining bullish. Under 661, downside back into 659. Under 659, back into 655. Back down even to 650. So right now, the key pivot to have in your chart is basically the same stuff we said yesterday's session. It all comes down to 661. If we are above it, we're bullish. If we're below, we're bearish. Yesterday, we scalped, I think Rav, me, and Mike, we all scalped SPY short at the 665. And if you look really closely on Rav's charts, you have to look really closely at Rav's charts. You got to go with a little telescope in there because he has a lot of levels there. But 665 is still your big technical level of resistance. So don't be long back into 665. Don't be short back into 661. Those are your two big levels today going into our beautiful Friday morning. Now, if you flip over to the ES chart, Rav, go to ES for a second,
Sure.
and you wonder why is Brett taking so long to explain the fact that the market is not gapping down? Well, it's because I want you guys. This is going into my ES chart now. You can see ES is obviously green this morning. ES is basically green, and of course this is because there is no gap down on the SPY. The levels on the ES chart are also very simple. It is 6680 as your big technical demand here on the ES chart, 6680. And then for supply, it's 6720. 6720 is that major ES supply zone. This is where we shorted the S&P on our Thursday morning, right? We shorted that 6720 ES level, which was simply just a pre-market high. Now the question today is, what do we do with these levels? Everything in between these levels, for me, to be honest with you, is a no trade zone. I don't really want to get involved. I will retire here in the graveyard zone between 6720 to 6685. I need to see us clear either above the highs or below the lows. That's where I can get trades. And even maybe see trap today. Maybe see us win wham the 6685 again today. You see us break down underneath it, reclaim it, look for upside there. So again, the levels are pretty simple today at ES and SPY. Again, 6685 ES, 6720 ES, and SPY 661 and 665. Those are your two big levels on both charts.
Yeah, it's going to be very tricky. Like I said, SPY, you just don't want to be early to the party today. We've had the first time rejection, second time around. It looks super ominous. I feel like they're going to do one last hurrah before topping out in the market, and we still haven't had that crazy euphoric session yet. So just be a little careful being biased in any direction. Whatever you do, short, long, have your stops, define stops, follow stops. But rather take a 10-15% loss than a 100% loss on 10 average downs. Okay? So just be careful when you're trading. I agree. Like I said, I'm not going to touch SPY, mess around with SPY as long as it gives me some kind of volume and momentum. And I want to see one side getting screwed. If one side gets screwed, I'll join the party. And that's about what I'll do. Anything to add, Brett? And yes?
No, no, no. I would say, look, your best value is gonna come trading at the levels, right? So you have your where. Your where on the SPY, your where in the ES is right in front of you. If you start to, start taking trades in between the wares and you wonder why you're losing, it's because you're taking trades in between the wares. Look at the wares. The wares 6685, 6720, right? Look at where Rav and I and Mike took a trade yesterday, right? The where was 6720. We spoke about this pre-market yesterday, right? That's where you can take trades. There's no telling what we're going to do today. Right now, we're just consolidated in between a range of yesterday's highs and lows. We have to see how do we respond in between our highs and lows to determine where we're going to go. Obviously, this is always the same thing every single day, but today is it's very easy, right? You have the highs and lows of a previous day session. Let's trade with those levels.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Let's quickly do QQQ. Brett, you want to do this?
Yes. So on the Qs chart, QQQ, you can see yesterday's session was kind of a lackluster session in Qs. The reason why is because we basically just pulled back to our demand zone below. Our demand zone below was 594. And I was hoping we would see some aggressive downside, but we didn't see it, right? We actually saw a lot of names defend yesterday. And part of the reason why was because of the overall chip strength getting back involved in the market. And so the Qs were obviously much stronger than SPY, and we didn't even see any downside. Even this morning, look at Qs. Qs are still above that after hours Tuesday's highs back from the 16th of September. So this morning, 594 is your key level here on Qs. 594 holds are bullish. That's just what it is. If you are scalping puts as long as SPY is above 594, you are scalping a cute little move down back into demand, and that's just all you're doing. Yesterday, we did the same thing. We scalped puts, but again, the trend is still bullish, and the trend is still bullish as long as we are above 594. So if you're looking for longs today, I mean, 598 is your next level of resistance. 598 breaks. We're probably going to see macro 600 today. Remember
600, yeah.
something. Remember something. Quad witching is incredibly volatile, and you can see moves that I don't think it's going to happen today. I don't think we'll see 600. I don't think we'll see 590, right? It probably will happen. We probably are going to see 600 or 590 today. We just don't know where it's going to be because again, quad witching.
I think that 600 gamma exposure is very key today. So it's very cute and very. Look at the consolidation. The whole week we've been sticking close to that level. The open interest on that is probably through sky roof. I haven't checked yet, but if we tag 600, you can expect we'll see 600, 602, and even if they do a failure, it's going to be up after that. So be very careful. If they start figuring all these key levels, there's a lot of stocks with key levels that's pretty close. So if one or two of those big names start participating, we could get a big move to the upside also. Flip side, if market makers tag and then that's reverted, a lot of big selling can also happen. Just don't be too quick to commit to one side or the other, and I think you'll be fine. But look at this QQQ chart. This looks super ominous. 4 hour consolidation for the last like what 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hours, and we're tagging 598. One big candle break, and the last time we did it is a $10 range. We can easily go to 605, 610 today, if they want to really do it. So trade safe, guys. These are the levels for QQQ. I agree. 594 is a hold. 594 and then 593. These are the two demands that I have on QQQ today.
Yeah. I agree, by the
Options.
way. It's 593. I actually make it an adjustment to that, guys. He's right. It's that for some reason I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's 594 to 593, the whole zone.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Apple, like we were watching this yesterday initially for a shot under of what is it 238.50. It sold off and it held under. Today we had a pre-market gap up. Apple's actually up 1.5% pre-market. It has reclaimed 240, again one of those key level holds. Today I'm actually, what I want to see is I want to see a flush of 240, maybe hold up 239 and then a reclaim of 240 again for a long. So you can see this green box here, this 239, 239.50 area. So I want to see that hold. Even if it does hold, we can take it long on a reclaim again into 240. So this is again, I don't know if it'll play out. I don't know if it's something we will do. Right now I like it, but this is the only level that I'm watching. 239, that's the level. 239 and 239.50 on Apple. I can't take, if it just rips off the open, can't take it. I probably won't take it. But if we do get a dip and reclaim, I like those kind of trades, I will take that. Brett, anything to add?
I actually love this chart today. This is one of my top watches.
Yeah.
I love this 241 level on Apple.
Okay, that's Brett
I'll,
then. 241, he'll take it.
I'll take this. So for my watch here in Apple is 241.
Yeah,
If you guys go to the Rav, jump to the 1 hour time frame for a second.
sure.
You just see basically a mat. First of all, if you are a head and shoulders trader, you're probably salivating a little bit over this one, right? This is a beautiful head and shoulders. You can see that the left hand shoulder, the head, and the right hand shoulder, right? Little inverse head and shoulders here on the 1 hour time frame. So above that 241, I think it gets very interesting. That'd be a neckline break. Now, of course, it's not
Oh,
just the pattern here that makes me want to take the trade, but above that 241, it has very low volume until 249.
yep, yep. Yeah, I don't know about the head and shoulders and
I knew Rav was gonna say that.
I don't know what those bullshits are, but I think this looks super nice. It's got trending, trending, trending. Shots get screwed, shots get screwed. The reason I say shots get screwed is because I've been short in Apple too in these areas, right? So if I shorted, a lot of other people also shorted, and some of them probably are not day trading and covering. So if we do invert this move, it's a lot. Okay, this is the kind of confirmation I want because I want trades that go against what I did. So then it's
Yeah,
probably screwing a lot of other people too. Guys, hit the like button. We need 5,000 likes. Come on.
5,000
Like
likes. That's doable.
what the hell, guys? Come on, what the hell? We need a lot of likes.
Tesla.
Uh, all right. Let's wait. What happened? What's happening there? All right, Tesla. Tesla. I think I got the recent high yesterday on Tesla. This is something that I've been trading almost every day for the past 2 weeks. Let it be long or short, I've been trading this. Today, I will keep it very simple for you guys. So yesterday we topped out around 430. Okay, this is again a gamma exposure level. There has been a lot of open interest because they held this range for the last few days. Okay, today's key point for me is for them to maintain under this level that you see here. Okay, I'm going to just highlight this. I'm going to draw a little box for you guys. Okay, we need to hold under this level here. This is the 427 area, 427, 428. Okay, as long as we stay under that, we're bearish. All right, so if we pop into this level at the open and we start rejecting, you can technically do a high risk put if you want, uh, and that will be the high of the day. And so what can happen is we'll go up here, try to break out, and then reject and fail. All right, but if we clear this and break above 430 again, it could get kind of very quick and fast, like how it did last Friday. The problem with Tesla is every time they have a big breakout move like this is historically accurate. I'm not making this up. They have big moves always happen on Friday. They consolidate for the rest of the week and build to that. Okay, they've been doing that this week also. They've been like consolidating, and they're building up to this 430 gamma break. I don't know if they're going to let it happen today because it's card witching, but if it does, pay close attention. 430, 432, which is the tag of high yesterday. If they break both of that, you can use the $2 risk and go long. Okay? But if they stay under this 427 level, this is a short trade for me. Okay? I'm keeping it very simple. As long as under 427, it's short. If it breaks above 432, $2 risk long. Okay? That's it. That's my Tesla plan. Brett?
Yeah, awesome. Let's move on to chips. Let's do.
Okay.
Let's start off with the AMD here.
AMD, okay.
AMD.
You go AMD.
So this is what I was talking about yesterday. Did anybody trade this yesterday? I'm actually curious if anybody in the chat touched AMD off this either 150 or the 153 reclaim. This is what we were talking about pre-market yesterday, and part of the reason why I love doing these pre-markets is because you guys can create your own plans here, right? And this was a beautiful plan that we had, right? Was not getting overly bearish on this chart, right? Remember we said, oh, this is a little bearish downside move. We zoomed out in the 1 hour time frame. And we said, you know what? This is not a bearish move, right? This is just this is just an opportunity, right? This is an Amazon package delivered to your door, and they just give you a refund on it, right? This was a gift. This was a gift, right? This was a full gift, and it was just a matter of were you there to accept that gift and sign off on it, right? 153 reclaimed to 153 goes to 160, and now at this point, what do you do with the gift? Uh, at this point, you probably want to sell it, right? Because I think is now retraced to the mean. If you're going to look for new entries on it, it's got to be either above 160 in a reclaim move. 160 reclaims, we can look for re-entries and a move back to 164.5. But as of right now, I think you should probably take it off, right? That's my intention. Is I don't know what's going to happen today in AMD. Yesterday, I was quite certain it was going to happen. It was going to be a rebound move. Now today, I don't know, right? It's either going to be 160 reclaims, and we can trade the momentum, trade higher back in 164, or it's going to fail back under 153, in which case it goes back to 150 again. So let's let this be now. I would say let this be, let it marinate a little bit. 160 reclaims, you can look for re-entries. If you're in swings, if you're in equity positions, this is when you begin to start taking some off and letting it tell us what it's going to do next, because we don't know what the second phase of this move is going to be, right? So give it some time. Rav, want to go to Nvidia?
Yeah, one more thing to add. So if SPY is going to SKQ is going to break out, Nvidia AMD needs to participate. So no questions about it. If these moves need to be inverted, up down up down. If we clear 160 162, this rips absolutely to maybe to 170 here, 168 whatever the next swing high is. So if market is going to go, keep an eye on the big guys. Apple, Meta sold off also. Meta, we need AMD, we need Nvidia all to participate. Wait, let me look at quickly at Meta, and we can go to the next one after that. Okay, Meta, you
Sure.
guys have been using that 668. If you remember, what is it, FOMC 2 days ago? 668 was base. That's where I signaled it, and it basically ripped to new highs here, right? So yesterday's session was a consolidation session, and rightfully so, because this range was just too early. So this is where we longed it. We popped all the way high, dipped, popped high, dipped. So today's high, if we invert this 4 hour this candle here, 786, most likely the 800s will be activated. Okay, take it. You need to be able to take it on momentum, but like I said, it's very difficult to trade meta. First time around, if it pops and fades, it's fine. You need to take it on the second time around. Okay, if I'm on live, I'll most likely signal this if there is a good there's good action on the tape. Okay, so 786 is the level to keep an eye on. For downside, I don't really want to take anything, so if it let me go to the quickly to the 4 hour time frame so that it makes sense. So downside, we don't want to see the 766 lose. Okay, 766 needs to hold now. At this point, we just have to maintain trend. If we lose 766 after this point, we could revert and break trend. All right. So we need to clear this 786 for upside, and if we do that, most recent high is around 795. Okay, Brett, you wanna add anything?
No, I think you may want to add a few more levels there, Rav.
Where?
Yeah,
Oh no, dude, I have everything. This is
I know you do.
this is
I know you
meta.
do.
Okay,
Nvidia.
Nvidia. Okay, all you.
So, like just like AMD, right? Just like AMD, Nvidia reclaimed. Okay, so Nvidia reclaimed off support. It basically maintained 170. Now the question is, we don't know how hot this is going to be today, right? Now, what's going to tell us if this is going to be hot or not is going to be if it reclaims 177. 177 is the PDH. 177 reclaims on NVIDIA today. We can look for longs back in 180. So that's the first thing we're going to watch in NVIDIA today is above 180 for longs. 180, sorry, above 177 for longs. It reclaims 177 back in 180. But it's not really, it's not juicing this morning. It's not strong. It's not considerably. It's just bouncing and rebounding off support yesterday. So if you are looking for shorts, like I'm saying, this could be a trade you trade both directions. Look for shorts under 175. Under 175, this goes back down to 173, 172. Above 177, back in 180. So the way that I would get involved in this chart is simply just charting the lows, 175, and the highs, 177. If you want to be smart about this, I would actually adjust that level, the 175. I would adjust it back down to the lows of Tuesday the 16th. The lows of Tuesday the 16th is 174.50. So if you want to get involved short, look for shorts under that Tuesday lows, which is this week's lows. If you break under Tuesday's lows, I think we go into PDL, which is obviously 173, and then back into 172. If you reclaim 177, back into 180. So what you're doing on NVIDIA today is staying away from it as long as it is in between that range. And if it reclaims either end of high or low, you're going long or short.
Yeah, no, I agree. 174.50 is the level that I have. It's the 1 hour liquidity graph here that we have, and
Yeah.
then about 177. Yesterday I actually shot at 177. I made 200 bucks. I sold too early, but this class look good. I really like this. If the market is going to rally, Nvidia will go. We won't test this demand, and if we do flush 174, then we know that Nvidia is going to be a seller under this level. So yeah, it's a simple. I like the level, Brad. Anything else?
No, no, that's it.
Did we look at every chart? Uh,
Uh, Amazon.
Someone said Netflix. Okay, Netflix. Actually, Netflix. Netflix was my best trade last Friday. Oh wow, I didn't realize this. Yesterday we tagged
Netflix.
12:30. Okay, so pretty simple, guys. So we tagged this level, right? So we anything under 12:20. So basically, what we want to see is draw it for you guys, so it's a little clear, right? So if we pop here, and these two levels, if we fail, this could happen, all right? This is the exact same move that happened last Friday. I don't know where it is. It's here. Uh, Wait, where the fuck was last Friday? They're here. Or maybe it happened here. This one? Yeah, this one here. Wait, I don't remember. Maybe I'm going to the wrong week. But anyway, so that this is the move that we want to see happen today. Okay. So 1222, 1224 is the upper limit of the swing high here. If they do fail, we could go down. If you want to be a little bit more safer, you can wait for a breakdown under 1200 because 1200 seems tapped out. And if you do flush that, we can take it. But just be careful trading Netflix contracts with the spreads. Um, you want to see anything else, Brett?
Um, we could do Amazon briefly. Want to do Amazon briefly?
Okay.
We could talk about that chart. So I'm not going to embellish things for you guys. I'm just going to tell you straight up. Like I said yesterday in Amazon, I think if you are trading Amazon, it's like swimming against the current. Okay. I just don't think there is any value here right now at the moment. And there's certain days where Amazon has good value. There's certain days where it doesn't. And again, just like yesterday, I think it's the same thing again, right? If you want to swim against the current, go trade Amazon. Now, where it becomes involved again, where we can actually start trading this and have conviction, is if it can clear back above, in my opinion, all the way back above 235. That's just what it is for me, right? 235 reclaims, I can look for longs. Right now, it's kind of in the midpoint between two big levels. So I likely would stay away from this chart. But for me this morning, and in the next week, and particularly in the next week, it's all about 235. If you can reclaim 235, I'm looking for longs in this chart all the way back into 238, 240 plus. Yeah. Let's move on to some other names. We can go over some names you usually don't go over. Let's go over PLTR. In fact, I'm gonna let Rav go over PLTR. I think it's a fun one for him to go over.
Yeah, PLTR, I mean, this 172 was a big break here. We broke that yesterday, and we're just kind of just bull flagging and into this high here. We're tagging this 180 area again. PLTR is one of those names where you just trade with momentum. So if this does break 180, again, one of those names that's has a potential to squeeze because yesterday we tagged 175, so five deltas today 180. We could again have another day to kind of day. Another important note is 52-week high is 190. Okay, so every time we dip, this just continues to go up. Market's trying to tell us something that there may be something here. Okay, so we are reaching that point where again people who've covered, they've covered, right? But people who haven't covered are still in. They're probably waiting for much lower, and these guys could again. So this inversion move here that you can see, this is the first time we've penetrated this area here. Okay, so if we go the higher we go, the chances are we're going to get another crazy upside move, right? Maybe this will be the last leg high for PLTR. Okay, but what I will also do is don't go trying to buy dips on anything. Okay, this is something I feel like I'm not a big PLTR trader, but the way I've traded of last few weeks, right? I don't trust bids on this. I do trust momentum on this. Okay, and so if it does pull back, the level to keep an eye on is this 172, obviously. But I don't want to trust dip buying like that. So just take it. If you're going to take those kinds of trades on a retest level, make sure you're following stop losses. Okay, for me, upside levels to watch is going to be 182. If it clears 182, I'll buy the pullback to 180 and go long on it. All right, that's my only trade on here.
All right. I like it under 172 for shorts.
Yeah,
Under
I like
172 for
that.
shorts.
Shots is like, yeah, if there's anything with momentum, I like it. Anything with momentum,
Right.
I like it. I don't like anything to buy the dip. I wouldn't trust that.
Let's go. What time is it?
Wait,
9:03.
let's do CrowdStrike. Let's do CrowdStrike one thing.
Crowd. Okay.
Yeah, I just took profit on my long term yesterday. So if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I actually full sold, but I thought I'll leave runners, right? When you said full sold, I said I also full sold mine. Uh,
I somebody reached out to me. Actually, I shouldn't say anything. I'll leave it alone.
uh,
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna. I actually gotta be careful. Never mind.
yeah.
But someone said something to me that makes me want to get back in crowd again.
I
So
mean,
we're gonna get back in
my
later.
average was like in 200 something. So like dude, like I was more than double on this. So I had to sell. Like dude, it was too much to not sell. Um,
I was in at 420, 415.
yeah, I mean, I was actually having a trail stop under 400, and I'm glad they didn't tag me on that. So now I'm really happy that it was actually turned out to be a bigger 100% plus trade. So I had to sell. But anyway, so the two levels I have demand today are 488 and 479, 480 is. Ideally, the first level holds. So any dip and hold of this level, momentum is super strong. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hours of candles, okay? So first test of support will be this level here, and the fact that they can tag under 500 will make a lot of people short, so this will be the perfect bounce setup. 488, 489, this is the bounce level that I have on CrowdStrike.
The thing is, CrowdStrike is probably. I'll just say this right now. CrowdStrike is gonna go to 600. Um, Now the question is, if you bought where we got in, like around 415, 420, selling right now is fine. And I full sold yesterday, so I actually full sold. So I have no position in this right now. I have no stake in this right now. So, um, you can't get me. I'm not in this right now. But I do want to get back in. I'll get in around 460 again, and I'll use a risk under 440, and I'll get the move back into 600. But if you're already holding CrowdStrike, you're already an equity holder in a CrowdStrike, I think that it's going to go back in 600.
Dude, 460 is yesterday's low, man.
460 is yesterday's low. Yeah, I know, but I'll get back in there.
What? Really?
Yeah, I would. 460 and have and have a risk under 440. Risk 20 points.
Okay, I will get in if it gets 300s again.
300. Okay, you,
Yeah.
you
So
2020.
basically, I want a double. So if it does get to 600, I want a double. Like 300
Hmm.
would be an ideal area, and risk will probably be $100, which was my old entry. But anyway,
Right.
any other charts, guys? Oracle, they keep asking Oracle. I'll do Oracle and then AVGO, and then we'll call it. I mean, Oracle has just made the big move with consolidating. Honestly, I feel like it's a sell the news event. If you guys saw Oracle's financials, they didn't really start making crazy money or anything like that. I think they're just more like you happy with the growth that they're doing. Revenue wise, they didn't actually beat their expectations, and so be careful. I would say maybe it'll base around this 280. This is where the golden pocket is, 275, 280, and then report. But if you want to take it on the upside move, then we need to wait for the swing high break about 320. Okay, about 320, or you can wait for a base to form around 275. Those are the two levels. Go over AVGO quickly, and we can call it AVGO's broken trend. You guys can see 4-hour trends broken. So if this is a false break of trend, you want to see it above 355 again. 355 and above, you can go long on AVGO. Otherwise, stay short. I mean, trend is broken. Okay. So for downside levels, you want it under 340. 340 in break, probably get to 335 and then 325. Okay. MU.
Okay.
I don't know why they're asking MU. Last MU. MU. I mean, yeah, it's kind of trying to break trend. So 162 here, 161. This is the level to keep an eye on. I really again, guys, look at this. How can you like? This is the first break of trend after a move from 100 to almost 70% long move here. So this is not something you can just buy the dip on at the end of the momentum. Okay, if you guys have taken MU or courses, you know this is the end of the momentum move. Don't guys try to go long the first sign of failure, right? Just be careful. If you want a long, make sure 160, 161 holds, and that's about it. And for upside trades, if they do take out 170 today, which is again they invert this whole red candle move, this could be a squeeze trade also. Okay, let's call it, guys. It's a 8, it's a 9:10 already. So we'll see you guys on live. Brett, anything to add?
No, that's it. Guys, have a great day, and we'll see you all for live trading. It's Friday. Trade safe, trade smart, do the right thing. Finish. If you're green this week, your sole goal should be just finish the day, the week off strong, and that's just what it is. Guys, I'll see you all soon.
Like the
Bye, guys.
stream, guys. Like, subscribe before you go, and thank you for joining. We'll see you guys on live.